So anyway, here's what I'm looking at for 2025. There's a few factors that I'm watching, um, and we'll see what happens. So the first is, of course, the Fed. I'm so tired of talking about the Fed, but the story won't go away. It used to be that nobody knew what the Fed did. They just moved rates, and then you'd read about it the next morning in the Wall Street Journal, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, the Fed raised interest rates or they cut interest rates, whatever. Now it's like we watch the FOMC press conference like it's the college football selection committee, which by the way is a joke. But that's just my opinion. I'm not gonna even climb on a soapbox. If you want to talk about that separately, I'm happy to have that conversation with you because man, I'm just gonna say this: BCS era college football was the pinnacle of college football, and we're on the downslope now. So college football selection committee, NIL money, all of that stuff, it's just changing the sport. I think arguably for the worst, but I'm an old curmudgeon, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, we watch the Fed very carefully, and they're still a big part of what's going to move the market. So, the risk is that inflation remains sticky or it even increases. The Fed may delay or even stop cutting interest rates. Maybe if things get really wacky, they would raise rates again, and that would be a big headwind for the market. So, anytime that we have higher rates, that's going to slow borrowing activity. So, high growth stocks, technology companies, anything that relies on financing seed money, debt to finance growth, those companies are going to struggle because they will run out of liquidity or run out of sources of liquidity. I'm going to say this. I don't think it's really a risk, but there is always the risk of recession. There's been the pending recession that has never come. We thought maybe it came in 2022. Maybe we could say that 2022 was an 8 or 9 month recession. I really don't know. It's hard to say. We probably won't know for a couple more years when we get the data. But I don't know. I think it's debatable whether or not 2022 was a recession. But I don't think that there's recession risk unless what I said first, which is the Fed and interest rates and inflation, if that breaks down and goes the other direction, yeah, that could spur some recessionary pressures for sure.